First step is to feed your starter. You feed it with flour and filtered water and let it double. Officially doubled in size. We are gonna put together our dough. Making a double loaf. A single loaf is 350 grams of water, so we're gonna do 700 grams of water. We take our starter and we're gonna do 200 grams of starter. And look at this. Whoa! We're gonna whisk this into the water until it's like milky. So 1 loaf is 500 grams of flour. So we are gonna do 1,000 grams of flour. Last ingredient is normally 10 grams of salt, but we are doing 20 grams of salt. And I'm using pink salt. Easy peasy, that's all you need. Here's all ingredients. We're just gonna whisk this together. This is a dough whisk. Like a shaggy dough. This is a shaggy dough. I'm just making sure all the flour is incorporated. So here's our shaggy dough. So now for 5 minutes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to scoop from the bottom and fold over on itself. It's been 5 minutes. It's still looking a little rough, but it's a lot more smooth. We are going to let this sit for 1 hour. It is 1 o'clock right now, so we'll come back at 2, and then we're gonna start our stretch and fold. So this has been sitting for 1 hour. Now we're going to do our stretch and folds. So we're gonna wet our hands, and we're just gonna pull the dough up without ripping it, and then fold it over on itself. We're gonna do that about like 4 to 6 times. Then we're gonna let this sit for 30 minutes. Do stretch and folds again, and we're gonna do that process 4 times. So 4 stretch and folds every 30 minutes. And remember, this is a double batch, so yours might look different than mine. So we're gonna stretch and fold over on itself. So I like to kind of try and grab as much as I can. This part's kind of fun. La 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 la. Fold. All right, stretch and fold number 1 is done. We're gonna recover for 30 minutes. Now the final stretch and fold is done. So now it's time for bulk fermentation. So we're going to leave this on our counter for about 4 to 6 hours. That's usually how long it takes in my house. We're looking for this to double in size, and we're going to look for bubbles in the dough down here and then like nice smooth bubbles on top. But this is what it looks like after the stretch and folds. It's nice and smooth. It's got good tension. So we will come back in 4 to 6 hours. Yay! Okay, so it's been about 5 hours since we finished the stretch and folds. It's definitely doubled in size. We are going to shape it into a little dough ball or a boule. So we're gonna flour the surface. Our dough is gonna sit in these Banneton baskets in the fridge. So these are already like pre-floured. Now I'm just going to plop this dough out, and you want it to kind of release on its own. Perfect. Take this little choppy tool, and I'm just gonna divide this in 2. We're just gonna try and split this dough in half. Have our little dough ball. We're gonna kind of turn it into like a little rectangle. I'm gonna fold it thirds. Fold it thirds. We're gonna roll it up. We're creating some tension. Let me do this. And then you have this little ball. Now we're going to create some tension on the top, which is gonna help us when we bake it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna push, pull, and tuck. Push, pull, and tuck. So this is creating a nice round bowl. It's looking pretty good. So now we're gonna take our banneton. I'm gonna take this little guy and we flip it upside down. So this is the bottom of what we just made. And now I'm going to add a little bit more tension, and I'm just going to kind of pinch the bottom together. Now we are going to cover it, and we are going to put it in the fridge overnight, and we're gonna bake it in the morning. Good night. So it's the next day. I meant to bake this morning, but I got busy. But here is our loaf. It cold proofed overnight. It grew like a tiny bit in the basket. So now we're just gonna take the cover off. I'm going to use some parchment paper. I'm gonna put like a tiny bit of flour. Now we are flipping onto our parchment paper. Boop. I'm going to score the sides. Give it a good expansion score. I like to trace my design first before going in with the razor, because once you go in with the razor, you're stuck with it. It's looking cute. Okay, so we have my Dutch oven right here that's been preheating in the oven, so it's hot. And here's my loaf on my parchment paper. We're just gonna drop her in. Outside of the parchment paper, I'm dropping some ice cubes in here. I'm just gonna add some steam. Okay, so we are gonna do 30 minutes with the lid on in the Dutch oven at 450, and then after 30 minutes, we're gonna take the lid off and do 15 minutes without the lid, and then we'll be done with our bread. Put her in the oven. Yay! Okay, it's been 30 minutes, so now we're going to take the lid off. Let's see what she's looking like. So cute. Oh, smells so good too. You look so good. Yay! This beautiful loaf is done. It needs to cool for like an hour. Look how pretty she is. Yay! We made sourdough. Look at this. Yum! Let's taste. So good. Bye.